Welcome to episode 6 of this Leadership in Conservation series. In this video, we will help you recognize different leadership approaches and how they impact teams, decision-making, and your success. Leading us through this is Genevieve Koolen. Genevieve is the Director for Human Resources Development at SAP Africa. She has over 30 years of experience as an organizational and industrial psychologist. Her expertise include organizational planning and building high-performing teams. Genevieve will provide valuable insight into the different types of leadership styles, when to use them, and how understanding these styles can help you become a more effective leader in conservation and beyond. After watching this video, you will understand the various leadership styles and their characteristics. You will also learn how different leadership approaches influence decision-making and teamwork, and discover which leadership style best aligns with your strengths and how to adapt when necessary.
Good day, everyone. It's a pleasure to be with you today as we explore key leadership styles and competencies essential for young conservationists in Africa. As the future leaders of conservation, it's crucial for you to understand not only your leadership style, but also how to adapt to different leadership situations. Each of the leadership styles we're discussing today offers valuable strategies to navigate the complexities of conservation challenges effectively. The first we are going to discuss is the collaborative leadership style, building strong partnerships. We begin with a model that emphasizes the importance of shared responsibility and cooperative efforts. In conservation, no leader works in isolation. Effective leadership in this field requires engaging a broad range of stakeholders, from local communities and governments to NGOs, researchers, and private companies. Collaborative leadership is based on the premise that collective action leads to more sustained solutions than any individual efforts. For example, consider a conservation project aimed at protecting a critically endangered species. A collaborative leader would prioritize building strong relationships with local communities, incorporating their knowledge of the land and wildlife into the project's design. This might also involve forging partnerships with international conservation organizations for technical expertise and funding. Research highlights that collaboration enhances the effectiveness of complex, multifaceted efforts, as diverse perspectives allow for more comprehensive and adaptable solutions. The second style we are going to talk about is adaptive leadership, navigating change with agility. This stresses the importance of flexibility and responsiveness in leadership. Conservation issues are rarely static. They evolve due to environmental changes, political shifts, and technological advances. Adaptive leadership calls for leaders to be proactive in recognizing these changes and quickly adjusting their strategies. For instance, if a conservation area faces an unexpected influx of invasive species, an adaptive leader would need to shift the project's focus, employ new management techniques, and possibly involving experts from other fields. The core of adaptive leadership lies in the leader's ability to guide teams through uncertainty by fostering a culture of experimentation, learning, and resilience. This approach ensures that conservation strategies remain relevant and effective despite changing circumstances. Adaptive leadership is less about providing immediate solutions and more about helping organizations or communities develop the capacity to solve their own problems. The next style we are going to explore is servant leadership, leading with empathy and purpose. Servant leadership places a strong emphasis on the growth and well-being of team members and communities. In the context of conservation, this means prioritizing the development of others, especially those on the front lines of conservation work. A servant leader listens actively to the needs of their team, values input, and empowers others to grow and take ownership of their roles. An example of servant leadership in conservation could be a leader working to train and mentor local rangers in an effort to protect wildlife. This leader would focus on providing rangers with tools, skills, and emotional support they need to succeed, fostering a sense of responsibility and pride in their work. Greenleaf suggests the primary objective of a servant leader is to serve first, putting others' needs above their own, and ensuring that their growth leads to greater collective success. In conservation, servant leadership not only strengthens teams, but also builds long-term capacity within local communities. The next form of leadership is transformational leadership, where we inspire change and vision. Transformational leadership inspires and motivates followers to achieve a higher level of performance by creating a compelling vision of the future. Transformational leaders articulate a vision that aligns with the values of their team, making them feel part of something greater than themselves. This type of leadership goes beyond managing day-to-day tasks. It ignites passion, encourages innovation, and fosters deep engagement with the mission. For example, a transformational conservation leader might work with local communities to develop a sustainable ecotourism initiative that not only generates income, but also educates the public about conservation. By motivating others to embrace this vision, they ensure that all stakeholders are invested in the project's long-term success. The research emphasizes that transformational leaders build trust, challenge the status quo, and encourage creativity, which are essential traits when tackling the complex issues involved in conservation. Transformational leaders articulate a vision that aligns with the values of their team, making them feel part of something greater than themselves. This type of leadership goes beyond managing day-to-day tasks. It ignites passion, encourages innovation, and fosters deep engagement with the mission. For example, a transformational conservation leader might work with local communities to develop a sustainable ecotourism initiative that not only generates income, but also educates the public about conservation. By motivating others to embrace this vision, they ensure that all stakeholders are invested in the project's long-term success. The research emphasizes that transformational leaders build trust, challenge the status quo, and encourage creativity, which are essential traits when tackling the complex, evolving issues of conservation. The next form of leadership we're going to talk about is ethical leadership, staying true to core values. This is a critical competency, particularly in conservation, where decisions often have far-reaching consequences for both people and ecosystems. Ethical leaders adhere to principles of fairness, justice, and integrity, ensuring that their decisions promote long-term environmental sustainability while being mindful of social equity. In conservation, ethical leadership requires a strong commitment to transparency, accountability, and respect for all stakeholders, including marginalized communities. For example, when faced with a decision about a development project near a protected area, an ethical leader would ensure that potential environmental and social impacts are thoroughly assessed, consulting with local communities and ensuring that their voices are heard. Ethical leadership emphasizes the importance of making decisions that reflect moral values, even when faced with difficult trade-offs. Ethical leadership is essential for fostering trust and cultivating a positive organizational culture, both of which are vital in the collaborative world of conservation. The last form of leadership we're going to talk about is military-style leadership, decisiveness in high-stakes situations. Military-style leadership is often necessary in high-pressure situations, particularly in anti-poaching operations or during times of crisis. This style of leadership is defined by its focus on discipline, efficiency, and quick decision-making. Military-style leadership relies on a clear hierarchy and a structured approach, where roles and responsibilities are well-defined. In high-stakes scenarios, such as tracking poachers or responding to an urgent environmental threat, decisions must be made quickly, and there's little time for consensus building. An example might include leading an anti-poaching unit on a covert mission, where every decision could mean the difference between success and failure. A leader employing military-style leadership would give clear, decisive instructions and ensure the team operates with precision and speed. Accordingly, military-style leadership is particularly effective in situations that require urgent action, as it fosters unity of purpose and ensures that everyone is prepared to act when needed. In conclusion, effective conservation leadership requires a deep understanding of these diverse styles: collaborative, adaptive, servant, transformational, ethical, and military-style leadership. As you progress in your conservation careers, you'll find that no one style is sufficient on its own. The key is to learn to move fluidly between these approaches, adapting to the specific needs of the situation at hand. Whether you are engaging communities, navigating environmental uncertainties, empowering others, driving innovation, making ethical decisions, or leading in a high-risk context, each style offers tools for success. By mastering these leadership competencies, you will be well equipped to address the multifaceted challenges of conservation, ensuring that your work is not only effective, but also sustainable and aligned with the values of those you serve.
So, leadership is not a one-size-fits-all. Different situations require different leadership styles. And successful leaders are flexible and know when to apply various approaches to inspire and guide their teams effectively. In summary, each leadership style has its strengths and is suited for different challenges and team dynamics. Knowing when to be directive, collaborative, or empowering can make you a more effective leader. By understanding and developing your leadership style, you can improve your impact and help your organization succeed. Next up is episode 7, titled The Managerial Grid. Join us as we explore the concept of hierarchy, rank, and how these structures influence decision making. See you in episode 7, The Managerial Grid. Why hierarchies?